Welcome to MetalVice and 666. I'm one of your hosts, Brian, joined with my other host,
Karen.
And today we're going to do another one in our series for concert posters that we have framed.
Yes.
Today in particular, we're going to do Avatar Country from their world tour in 2019. So let's go ahead and start the timer and we can get started. Okay, so I remember this. We saw them at the House of Blues.
Yes.
And I remember seeing this poster there. It's what you would see for like a typical poster that you get from like Spencer Gifts or something like that, right? Like it's that normal size poster that you usually like hung on your wall as a kid. That same kind of like papery material.
Yeah, not like
flimsy.
the card. It's not like cardstock. It's like paper. Yeah.
So I remember seeing that and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that size. I don't like that paper. I don't want it. Skip ahead a little bit. Later that year, they're like, hey, after our tour is over, we still have extra posters. If you want to buy them from our website, we'll ship them out. And it was around Christmas time. I was like, you know what? Karen's a big Avatar fan. I'm gonna get her this for Christmas. It'll be a Christmas present. They're like, beware, there's gonna be dings and tears to it because these traveled the world with us. So if you get one that's damaged, sorry, it is what it is. I was like, I'm fine with that. It just adds character. But yeah, I got that, and it was a Christmas present for you. Do you remember anything about that, or
the Christmas present?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like opening the tube and seeing the poster in there or whatever. So I was gonna say this is my favorite Avatar show.
It's probably one of my favorites
ever seen. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite albums, the Avatar Country, and this was to wholly support that album.
Mm-hmm.
They played other shit, but this was in support of that album. All the bands were great. Devin was a little meh. You hated him. I was like,
this is the concert where fuck Devin comes from.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it, but I was definitely not the person sitting in the crowd yelling like get off the stage.
Yeah, and it was an acoustic set by Devin. Dance with the Dead, an EDM sort of act, and then the 68. Our only time seeing the 68, and they were fucking phenomenal. But yeah, it was all to support that Avatar Country and support the king, basically.
Yep.
Which is sort of what led us down the idea for the frame for this as well.
Right, because like Avatar, if you don't know their music, has a song that's like "The King welcomes you to Avatar Country." It's like all about the king and, So like there's that whole theme of the king.
And even in the poster, you have all 5 members of the band there, the king front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Each member this is also signed, so each member signed above their image. They also have a unique animal for each one, which is kind of really cool.
Yeah.
But even the king's just sitting there with his crown on.
Yeah.
And when we framed this, that was sort of my thought here is, well, crowns they sit on your head. They're ornate. They're almost always gold.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least when I think of crowns, I think of gold and ornate and gemmed and whatnot.
Me too. Yeah.
And we've always been averse to gold frames.
We have, yeah. We've always done like darker frames.
But we're like, in this time, for this poster, it kind of fits. It's for the king. The whole show is for the king. The frame itself should be the crown for the poster.
Right. And the lettering's all like gold lettering and everything like that. So
it actually, and that's what we ended up going with. And it works really well with that like yellow goldish lettering.
Yeah.
Another one done by the people at Four-Sided. Awesome work.
Does this have like a black mat and a yellow mat?
No, it's just a single mat,
okay.
A black mat.
From this picture, it looks like there's a yellow mat as well, but
no, we were still doing just single mats at that time. We've kind of transitioned a little bit to more double. I'm torn on what I like more.
Yeah.
I could see there being a red or a yellow mat for sure.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, to make that pop even more.
But like the ornateness of the frame, I really like that. How it's got like that ornate sort of florally looking aspect to it.
Yeah. I remember like before we even went to get this done, we knew that we were doing a gold frame with it. And then we told them at Four-Sided, like, hey, we want to do a gold frame. And I don't even remember. I think they gave us like a really thick one to choose from, this one, and then maybe one other one. And like right away we knew like this one was the one we were going to choose, if I remember right.
I can't honestly remember that a whole lot. I do remember looking through a number of frames. I don't know what number it was. Like it was just like 3 or 4 or what.
I felt like it was like a very quick choice for us.
I think so. I think it was quick, especially between thick or thinner.
Oh,
this is definitely on the thinner side of.
Yeah, but it's a really big poster. I don't know what the dimensions are, but it's a really big poster.
It is, like I said, it's that standard what you would when you think of a poster, not a concert poster, what you would expect. I don't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, like in those plastic things at at Spencer's where you
flip them and the tube's already rolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those.
Okay. When you first were saying that, I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
So I mean, I'm still not the biggest fan of the size. I wish it was more of the standard.
Yeah.
I think it's like 18 by 24 or whatever it is.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
But we've gotten a number of posters since then that aren't that standard size. This is on the larger side for sure. It's fine. I love how it turned out with the frame. I think it looks fucking phenomenal. It's great. I'm a big fan of how this turned out.
Yeah, me too. And I think I remember what this one is also when we were doing like black matte only, basically, where now we've kind of changed it where we're not doing the black matte as much, especially if there's a black background, which this has a black background. Sorry, that's a lot of B's. But now we're doing, I think we mentioned it, but now we're doing like maybe like an accent matte or something like that to like bring out the colors even more. So
yeah, I could definitely see this with a secondary matte with, like I said, either red or a yellow. I would probably like a red, honestly.
Yeah, probably with the gold. Yeah,
looking at like Johannes's eyes, he has like the red around there, and the king's cloak, there's a little bit of red down there by his stag.
Does Henrik have red on his jacket?
Yeah.
And John?
I think they all do up by like the cuffs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
I would go with red now if we had to redo it, but I really like how this turned out, though.
Yeah, me too. I like the dates at the bottom as well, how they have all the cities plus the actual date and the venue.
They don't really do that anymore.
Some do, some don't, but it's less common than it used to be. But like looking at it, it's like, oh, they played the House of Blues the Hard Rock, I think it was, in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, House of Blues in Vegas. And it's like, I think I saw 9 Inch Nails there
once.
Okay. So it's like, it's kind of cooler because like, oh, I've seen a show there. I can now picture this show at that venue.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And at this tour and everything. But yeah, I love the tour. I love the poster. Like I said, we didn't pick it up at the show. We picked it up afterwards, which I'm kind of glad we did. I kind of wish we would have locked it in early on and picked it up when we had it, and we're at time. But
okay, that went fast.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Me too.
I guess that's it.
Bye.